What's up, y'all? Y'all ever be watching something and then start thinking of other shit? Like, you just be watching something or listening to something, and then you just start it's kind of like a eureka moment, and then something clicks, and then you just, you're like, aha, you have an aha moment. I have those all the time. I was just watching Wild 'N Out, and all they were doing was just playing. Y'all, if you seen Wild 'N Out, you know. And it was Godfrey's turn, and he was doing impressions, and Nick was like, "Do Paul Mooney," and so Godfrey, he does an impression of Paul Mooney, and if anyone knows who Paul Mooney is, he was a comedian and probably a whole bunch of other stuff as a black man. Um, but anyone who knew Paul Mooney knew that he was a real individual. He spoke what he spoke. He said what he said. He meant what he said, and that's what's gonna be. So Gabrielle did a little impression of him, and it just made me just send my little brain into a whirlwind. Child, I'll be trying to tell Black African Americans that these pale colored creatures around us that go from white to pink, red, and purple, that while they do stupid shit, they have a mind to create stuff that it's not on a genius level, but it shows you that there are neurons there that are connected and they can work. Now, do they use those neurons to create good things? Not all the time. No, we know that. But the thing that I be peeping is, while these motherfuckers are evil, yes, the things that they think of is like, wow, if you would take that and then do something good, and then maybe people wouldn't bring up all of the terrible, egregious stuff that you've done since the beginning of just existing. And so, what I mean by that is, I know for sure, I know with all the everything in my being, I know that white people are calculated. Very, very, very calculated. And they plan. They're planners. Now, it might seem like they don't, but they do. And history can tell you that. But I honestly think that these individuals get together and they create things so that way they can always have a hand up, an upper hand, if that makes sense. So these folks are very calculated and they're always looking for ways to stay on top, right? Which kind of makes, um, besides all the evil shit that they do, that kind of makes a good leader when you're always on top of shit and you're doing for the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. However, their leadership is in negativity, so nothing they do is positive. I'm not saying that this is not what that is. What I'm trying to do is show y'all that these folks are so calculated, bro, that the things that are happening today, they had been written like centuries ago, prior, okay? If that makes sense, if y'all understanding. This is how calculated they are. Everything that they calculated and put together 50 years ago, 60, 70, 80 years ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, all of that was calculated back then for today, okay? So when we see all these younger generations of white people doing what the older generations did, how do you think they knew? Because it was written down. That's another thing that they do. They write down stuff. They do record stuff, which is why a lot of black people can go on something called ancestry.com, right? And you can start plugging in people that you know in your family, like a father, a mother, a grandfather, grandmother, greats, a lot of us know up to at least our third grade. If you have that information, or you have older living relatives that can give you names, information, and dates, you plug that into Ancestry and you can find shit. Then the good thing about that is, because family trees are normally humongous, there are other people around the world and in the country that have already put information into that family tree. You understand? So I'm always telling black people, learn your family history. Y'all are so infatuated with ancestors, but y'all don't even know y'all ancestors. That's what bothers me right now about black and African American people, is that everyone ancestor this, ancestor that, but y'all are not literally in tuned with your own ancestors. Y'all don't even know who they are. You don't know where your name comes from. When I say name, I'm talking about your last name. You don't know where that comes from. It irritates me when black people go, Johnson, that's a black last name. Ha. No, it's not. That is a white last name. Nigga, what did you say? And there was a whole president called Johnson. Those aren't black last names. Stop it. Those are white last names and they mean something, and y'all should be paying attention to them, because black people that were born here in America and your last name is not an African last name, or your first name is not an African, that's because you were giving white names and your last name were white because the name of the plantation was named after the slave owner's last name. And whatever slaves he had, he changed their names and he gave them his last name, because why? They were his property. So, black folks, a lot of us are walking around with white bloodstained names. And that is bloodline shit. That is deep shit. That is rooted shit. That is spiritual shit. Is what I'm fucking trying to tell you. I'm sorry I'm cussing, but it's so passionate because I literally have I have a story that I've been trying to tell. I don't know how to tell it, but I'm trying to tell it because it's something that my grandfather, my father's father, did, because he knew. Because he grew up as a slave. His father was a slave. His great grandfather. I am a direct descendant of slavery. My family were on the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th census. That's how ingrained that my bloodline is in this country. That's how and I be trying to get other black folks to jump on that and understand that there, there's a reason why we're named. There's so much power in the first name and last name. So much power in it. And if black folks would just go and do the self work and the healing, I've done it, and I'm here to tell y'all. When y'all look at y'all family history, y'all try to find anything that y'all can. That is where the true healing lies. Y'all walking around here talking about, I go see a therapist. Oh, I listen to podcasts and mental health coaches and blah, 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 and I'm healed. No, the fuck you're not. For black people, you're not literally healed until you dive into your family history, and you you can at least get a sense of where your bloodline comes from, even if it's white people incorporated. I'm telling you, y'all, I've been doing my ancestry for 10 years now. My father passed away 10 years ago, 2017. After he passed away, I didn't have anything else to connect me to the family, so I was just like, well, you know what, I have bits and pieces of about my family. I'm gonna go ancestry. That's what I did. I was 12 years old when I met my father for the first time, and I also met one of his sisters and an uncle. And my auntie, she told me pieces, not a lot, but she told me the most important parts of my family. She told me things, and I held on to that. So when years later, as an adult, and ancestry popped up, I said, let me plug in this information. And as I did, as soon as I did, so much shit started plugging up, because I have relatives from other parts of my family tree that have plugged in stuff. I have gotten up to my fourth great grands, and the women on my father. I've only got on my father's side. I haven't got on my mother's side. The women on my mother's side, up to the fourth, were African women slaves. The men that they married. This is what pisses me off. The men on that side they're mixed, white and mixed. But the mixed men get called color, but they were given white privileges. They were able to marry these black women before slavery, before women's right, mind you, because women didn't have rights until 1950s, 60s. So mind you, these white men, mixed men, mulatto men, whatever, they don't really want to be with these black women, but they realize if they marry them, there's a way around this slavery thing. They can trap these women, trapping a bloodline. Y'all don't understand, bro. Shit gets so deep. This is why I say a lot of the shit that's happening today is not racist. It's not. We understand that there's racism. We get that. We understand that. Let's put that to the side. A lot of the stuff that's happening today has been happening in spiritual, because they have tied their blood to our blood through things that they should not have done. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. And when y'all learn y'all ancestry, y'all learn your history, you break those chains. Y'all thinking y'all walking around y'all in y'all broken chains because you realize your individual trauma. That's just the first step. Until you go into your ancestry, into your family's history, and unlock all of that trauma, you are not healed, and you have not healed the family bloodline. You have not healed the family name. You have no generational wealth. And I'm not saying this because I'm being pessimistic or I'm being a negative person. I'm saying this because that is literally the fucking truth. Until you unlock your ancestors and you break their chains free, you are not healed. You're just walking in a sense of more temporary shit. You, none of y'all really connected to your ancestors because y'all have not went inside of your history and unlocked that shit. Which means y'all giving a lot of these white people still hold up over you. When you go into that ancestry and you unlock that shit, it breaks those curses, it breaks those chains. Y'all don't believe me, y'all don't understand. Y'all want to be religious in Christianity up under the white folks, come from up under that shit. That is why y'all can't get to y'all ancestors, because y'all up under bullshit. And yes, our ancestors were religious and they believed in God, but not the way that the white man was teaching them. So when I get on here and I say shit, when I say stuff about history and it's because I've been, these are life experiences. Y'all are not healed. Y'all are not helping anything until y'all open up y'all family history. Y'all have to heal that. Y'all understand? Y'all talking about y'all ancestors. That's the thing that black folks, African American folks love saying is our ancestors, our ancestors. The ancestors did it, the ancestors did it. Okay, so if the ancestors are out there still doing work, that means it's time for you to do work too. Match their energy. Y'all should be matching your ancestors' energy. If the ancestors if y'all feel like the ancestors are doing stuff and y'all feel like they're opening stuff up, then that means it's time for y'all to go within your own families and your own bloodline. Open that up and find out. Because another thing, these white people that are part of our bloodlines, they are holding on to things that are ours, our inheritances, our our purposes, our missions, our destinies. Destiny swapping. White people have been doing that. These murders in the water, their rituals, their offerings, their destiny swaps. And you people that think that us spiritual people and people that have gifts, y'all think we're crazy, go ahead and keep thinking we're crazy. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because the same people that are taking us out, they believe in that same shit. They are not Christians. They are not religious. That is something that they use as a cloak to covert what they actually do. These people actually worship Satan, mocking God. When people talk about how people mock God, the people that oversee this world is mocking him real bad. And the fact that people follow them, that means what are you doing? You're doing it too. Come the fuck from under, people. Stop following the next person's brain. Stop following the next person's mind. Mind you, you're going to hear people tell you stuff all the time. Yes, but it's up to you and your brain and your mind and your soul to take what you need to. You don't have to do and take everything that everyone says. This is why people need to calm down, stop, focus, and do stuff from your own brain instead of what others are telling you. That's the thing about being asleep. That's the thing about not being awake. That's why I feel like a lot of y'all are not healed. Y'all just saying it just because y'all have listened to a podcast or someone say, "Oh, I'm a mental health specialist." Anybody can be a fucking mental health specialist, okay? It's not hard. It is not hard to get a job in the mental health field, okay? So stop it. Stop it. I feel like a lot of y'all have not really done self-work. Y'all just covering shit up like a fucking band-aid. And it's a dirty ass band-aid. Stop it. I'm getting so tired of my watching my people, my black African American people walk around and be so illiterate to things and so blind to things and ignorant and stuff be right there for y'all to look at. Y'all sit on the internet all fucking day, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever the fuck else out there, but y'all don't get on Ancestry, which is free for 14 days if you've never been on the site, and find shit for your history for yourself and do actual healing. This is why I sit to myself and I don't really talk to folks. I just had a child 8 months ago and I went to a postpartum class and a lot of that was in healing. And folks, I sit there and folks talking about some healing and da 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 da, but I'm looking at the inside of these people's souls and I'm realizing, yeah, on the outside, all y'all talking about y'all want to heal and, and do this and do that, but I can tell that these people, they're not there yet. It sounds nice. It sounds nice when you say, "Oh yeah, I want to heal and I'm healing and la 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 la." No, because healing. Let me tell you this. This is why people don't heal, and they're afraid, and they don't like to heal. And they want to do everything else. People jump off of buildings, walk on shit, and have unprotected sex, and put things in their mouth that shouldn't be in there, and lick booty holes. It's crazy. Y'all motherfuckers will lick an asshole, but you won't do the self work to heal yourself actually and heal your bloodline actually. Y'all like assholes, but won't do self work. Let that sink in. Y'all will walk around here and do egregious, dirty, nasty, filthy, stinking shit, but you won't help yourself be better. Y'all be in everybody and their mama business except for your own. Y'all be worried about every fucking thing else except for what really matters. And the people that oppress us notice and they be looking like these dumbass motherfuckers. Because they know that they winning, because they know what they've done. They know that they got y'all brains. They know that they got y'all souls, everything. That's why I be saying these little water murders that keep happening. These are water rituals. Water is one of the most powerful elements on earth. If you don't know, now you know. We know fire and all that, but water is powerful. It's the most powerful element. I don't care what anybody says. It's the most powerful element. Um, but that's all I had to say because I feel like if I keep going, I'm gonna start rambling and then I'm gonna lose the message. But do your ancestral healing. That's what I'm saying. Do your ancestral healing because not a lot of people doing that. Cause I know for sure if y'all was really out here doing it, y'all move different. Y'all be talking differently. We would be having different fucking conversations. There wouldn't be none of this um there wouldn't be none of this crap that's going on right now. How we have young men and women dying at the hands of white people and y'all out here worrying about a scammer and a booster. Bitch, shut the fuck up, get it together and act right, because y'all that don't pay attention and shit is the reason why we keep getting laid down and shit. Y'all don't really care. Y'all just act like it. I really think that even black people, um you know how we have the same for white people. Everybody want to be black until it's time to be black. I think even black people want to play and be black until it's time to be black. Because what I mean by that is it's time to be black, but we're not being. It's time dig into your history. When you're doing that, that's when you're really. How do you think our ancestor? How do you think people that were in during the Jim Crow era and all of that? How do you think they was able to fight? Because they had to look at their ancestors, which were in slavery times. So imagine us. We have to look at different We have to look at the Jim Crow. Then we have to look at when after at what they did after Jim Crow. Then we have to go back even further. There's so many different things that we have to look at. And there's so much information. So we're gonna stop looking at history as if it's a bad thing. Because I feel like words have a way to mess people up. So when people hear history, they're like, "Oh my God, we gotta think about the past. Oh my God, we gotta go. Oh my God, I got here." And it's like, no, nigga, that's information. That's information. It's crazy to me. Like, y'all go look up people. It's crazy to me. That's another crazy ass thing. Y'all will sit here and look up people backgrounds and look them up on this and that and that and this. But y'all will not look up y'all history. Y'all will not look up y'all ancestry. I keep talking about ancestry because maybe that's gonna open up so much stuff. It's gonna open up so much stuff. Then white folks know their history. I Everybody else in this world knows their history and can jot down and say their history, can say this, da, 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 da. My family da, 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 da. You got immigrants that can blow down their fucking family history, but a black person in America cannot blow down their family history. That's a fucking problem, and the family history is there. It's at y'all fingertips. Y'all sit on the fucking internet all damn day. TikTok this, Instagram that, Facebook this, blah, 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 blah. But it's never, oh, look what I found today. I done. You have to find that shit, bro. The fact that you have to find that type of shit is insane. But you can always get on the TV or on the phone, laptop, whatever, and find bullshit. Oh, what did Auntie Precious say? Oh, she said something to the effect of, um she was like talking about barbecue meat, but she made a good ass analogy or something. She was just like, oh my gosh, she's talking about brisket and how brisket isn't always available when it's like functions and stuff. And she was like, but hamburgers and hot dogs and all that shit is always available, basically saying that bullshit is always available, but the shit that matters is hard, is kept, is that's exactly what people do. They put the bullshit out. If bullshit is available, you can find bullshit all day. But the real hard shit you don't find. It's hidden. So for instance, education. All these babies learning shit from pre-K all the way to 12th grade. They learn bullshit. They learn the truth, but more bullshit. They don't really learn anything until they get to college, which they put college so far up that they make it damn near impossible. All the hurdles and hoops that you gotta go through, they make it impossible. Why? Because when you go to college, you have access to a whole bunch of shit, baby. I'm trying to tell you, college is also where I did my healing. I did when my father passed away in 2017. Not only was I dealing with his death and just other things in my childhood that was popping up at the same time, I was actually dealing with what I call a divorce. I was going through a divorce, and I was just going through. I was going through a transformation, really, now that I know it was a transformation. In 2017, I went through a lot, like everything hit at once. And this is, I lost my father. I was finding my history, my DNA, my family history. I was trying to get myself out of a badass, it wasn't really a marriage, like not in front of, like the government didn't recognize it, but nigga, it was. When you with someone for a decade or more, bitch, you married spiritually, physically, internally, mentally. You're married. I don't give a fuck. So I was trying to come up out of that with my son, my firstborn's father. So it was a lot of shit there, nigga. We were young. We grew up together. We were young, so it was a lot there. I was going through a lot. 2017 was a rough year, but I always remember it because, baby, that was the year that I found me. I found me. Okay, that was the year that I found me. So I'm saying all this because this is my lived experience. As I'm still living this experience, I'm going through this, and this is why I'm so passionate about it. And I speak about it because I see my people. I don't live in white neighborhoods. I'm not around white people. I grew up in and out of white and black neighborhoods, so I've grew up with both worlds. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So when I say that black people need to find who they are, babies, we have to find who we are because it was taken from us, and we know this. And when go back to the beginning of my video when I said white people are very calculated. Look, we just had the whole the I call it the well, I don't want to call it anything, but they call it 4th of July. It's literally the anniversary of slavery or whatever the fuck they did when they came to this country, the birth of a nation. I just want my my people to find who they are so that way we can take hold in charge of who we are, because right now we don't have control of who we are, baby. For centuries they've been telling us who we are, and who they've been telling us who we are is not who we are. That's called a destiny swap. Y'all don't really know. Y'all out here thinking, your husbands, your wives, and your sister and your brothers are doing that. No, y'all have a literal whole vulture cultures out, whatever the word is, out there, destiny swapping with another. That is the real racism. I want you to understand the destiny swapping. In order to destiny swap, you have to have a reason on why you want to do that. There has to be a catalyst there. It's not just, oh, I just don't like them. The real catalyst is they have a problem. They know that we are the better kind. They know that we're better than all of this stuff that we already know. The Bible says all of this. Where the people of the Bible, they know that too. That's why they're doing the things that we do. That baby, the whole copying shit. When someone's trying to destiny swap with you, the first thing, this is how you know someone's trying to destiny swap with you. When someone's copying you, everything you do, you say, you look like, you smell like, everything, that is a destiny swap. That is a spell. Someone is working magic on you. Someone is working roots on you. Y'all be scared to talk about voodoo and hoodoo and root work and all that. Why? When the white people do that. And then when the murders happen, that's them sealing all of that root work. This is why y'all have to pay attention to that shit. Y'all be trying not to because they done told y'all and they spooked y'all with that shit. Why do you think they tell y'all so bad not to do that? Because they're doing it. Black folks, y'all need to wake up, bro. Stop being scared because they got y'all scared. It's so funny to me how we're some of the strongest motherfuckers, but we're scary. We're not scared of each other. We're not scared of, anyone else that's white adjacent, but we're terrified of white people. I don't care what anybody say. Black folks are terrified of white people. Because if we weren't terrified, baby, we would have been broke down the wall that they pinned up and keep pinning around us. We would have been broke up out of that the way our ancestors did. Our ancestors were not scared of them at all. That's how I know we are not our ancestors. We're not connected. That's how I know y'all don't know y'all history. Because if y'all was, y'all, there would be so much more fight going on, baby. There's so much more fight. Our ancestors were not scared of their masters. They hated them. They hated them. And I know hate is a strong word. They hated them. There's no way in hell you're going to find any type of remorse or liking or any type of forgiveness when you're literally watching the people around you, your loved ones, your children, your wives, your husbands, your grandparents, your loved ones are being murdered in front of you on a daily fucking basis. You're not going to have any type of feeling for those people. You're going to hate them. And I know people say, you're not supposed to hate, you're not supposed to hate. There's no fucking way our ancestors had any feeling for them folks. They hated them people. And then we get here and today and we're talking about we love the white people. Oh, we have their babies and their babies and and we want their stuff and we got their stuff. That's not cute, bitch. And I'm not calling y'all bitches. I'm just saying to the situation, that's not cute. Our ancestors literally laid down their whole entire lives and we sitting up here kicking our feet up on boats and yachts with them. That shit is fucking crazy. That was not their end goal. That was not their end goal. Why the fuck would they hate people for centuries and then turn around and want to be their fucking friend? Make that shit make fucking sense. No black person made that shit up. White people made that up and then started using black people to push that agenda, i.e. ML fucking K. And it's not his fault, but it is his fault why we in the shit that we are today, because he wanted to shake hands with the Watchman and be down with the Watchman. They got what they wanted to do with Nat Turner, they did with MLK. And if y'all don't know who Nat Turner is, look him up and figure it out on your own. What they did with MLK is what they wanted to do with Nat Turner. And that's how I know when MLK came up, he didn't even know fucking history. Because if he had knew history, he would have known about Nat Turner. He would have said, oh, no, the white devil, you got me fucked up. The same thing that Malcolm X did when he realized who white people were, which is why they laid down Malcolm X. They laid down MLK because MLK he did his mission. They laid him down because they did his mission, and they didn't want him to wake up and realize what they made him do. So they offed him for that reason, and then used the person that looked like him to do it. So, or didn't do. I think a white man shot MLK. I always get MLK and Malcolm X, the people that took, because I think a black man took Malcolm X's life. But y'all understand? I don't think you do. And I've been sitting on my hands and biting my tongue, because I'm like, I don't be want to talk to my people like this, but y'all need to be talked to like this. Don't nobody got no sympathy no more. And we getting tired of our own people being just not even dumb. I don't want to call y'all. I'm not calling y'all out your name. And excuse me for saying the B word. I wasn't calling y'all the B word earlier. It's just a situation be pissing me off. And I just be wanting my people to wake the fuck up, because it's there. Y'all see how strong we are. I know, and we are, but we're never gonna be as strong as we can be until we start learning stuff individually. That's where it starts. We be trying to learn stuff as a whole. No. You have to start individually, babe. Did you come in this world with everybody else? No, you came in here with by yourself. So sometimes we do have to sit by ourselves and figure shit out by ourselves before we can come with others, to come together with others. Okay? It's okay to do things on your own, and it's okay to not have the answers. It's okay to mess up too. But my thing was with my people is the fact that y'all, this so funny to me, because y'all sit here and y'all tell white people, get your own culture. You don't have culture. Do black people have culture? Because everything that black people have is from a white person. Hello? Your last name, first of all, hello? Your first name, hello? Then we can go down. We can start checking off material shit, because that seems like that's all y'all care about. Jordans, that's not black owned. Hello? I feel like y'all only buy Jordans because there's a black man attached to it, or there's a silhouette of a black man on the shoe. That is Nike is not black owned. Jordan Air is not black owned. Air Forces not black, just because there's a black name and a black face connected to it. Those are not black owned things. Nike is not black owned. It's not black owned. That is a German owned, white owned, probably mixed in with a little bit nausea. It's white owned. Okay? They could put as many black faces as they want on a Nike shoe. The Nike, the what y'all call it? Whatever, the designer, whatever, that is white owned. Puma, white owned. Reebok, white owned. Any fucking designer thing that you put on that's heavy in the media, Gucci, all of that, white owned. Versace, all of that. We know Italians, they never fucking like us, so why would y'all wear anything of that? Like, I just be trying to figure out. And y'all, and that's what boggles my mind. Is people get a lot of black people will jump on the bandwagon and say, "Oh, white people, fuck it," but wearing Gucci. How you talking about fuck the white man, but while wearing Gucci? How you talk about fuck the white man while wearing Balenciaga on your feet? How you talk about fuck the white man and you got Nike all the way around you? How you talk about fuck the white man and you got every fucking pair of Jordans in your closet? Yeah, make that make fucking sense. This is what I be saying. Why black people are asleep. Black people just follow shit. Sleep. The sheep are the sheep. But then at the same time, y'all turn around and say we the people. We the kings and queens. Ain't no fucking king and queen finna follow no peasant. I really think that black people just like the essence of being black just as much as a white person likes the essence of being black, or any other person likes the essence of being black. It's the essence, it's the energy, it's the presence. But do you really like being black, or you just like the energy of it? This is a question for black people too. So this isn't just me asking white people. This is me asking black people. Do y'all really like being black, or you like the essence of being black? Because mind you, people that are non-black, they like the essence of black. They like the struggle. They like everything. They like the fact that we struggle and that we come up from out of that struggle and be better. They like that shit. They like seeing that shit. And I think black people like that shit too. Because why? This is why I think the fact that we hand clap motherfuckers for graduating high school, the fact that we hand clap for motherfuckers getting a job, the fact that we hand clap for motherfuckers taking care of their children, the fact that we hand clap for motherfuckers going to school, the fact that we hand clap for motherfuckers getting a house, the fact that we hand clap for motherfuckers getting a car, the fact that we hand clap for motherfuckers getting a loan, all of these things regular other people get, and there's no fucking hand clap, but we hand clap and have celebrations for that shit. Why? Because we think that shit cute. We think that that shit is rare in our community, when that shit is normal fucking shit. The fact that we celebrate regular shit, that doesn't say something to y'all? Everybody else will go about their life. Oh, we got a car. Okay, woohoo. Oh, we got a job. Woohoo. We literally have celebrations and jubilees because someone got a job, because someone bought a house, because someone graduated. The things that we're supposed to do. Black people get excited, overly excited. That's a trauma response, first of all. Even down to prom, how we do prom, that's gorgeous and everything, but why do we do that? It's a trauma response. It's a way to say, to remind, to be still trying to convince and remind, we made it. We got this. We got this. We had this. We got this. We got this. That's why motherfuckers get money, or they try to get the best jobs and then try to move out to the white neighborhoods. Why? Because internally, unsubconsciously, y'all are trying to show white people we can do it too. Why? Why are y'all trying to show them? Nigga, we know we can do it. We the one that created this fucking country. Every fucking invention around the world, black people created. We know we this shit. We don't have to prove nothing to these motherfuckers. Why we is proving to them for? It's already been written in history. And we better and we smarter than them. We got everything down pat. We been at it. We don't need to keep proving to them to do nothing. We don't need to. That's another thing. I think it's not even for approval. I think it's just for acceptance. And that's another thing. And you'll hear black people, older black generation say that we just want to be accepted. Honey, fuck all that. I don't want to be accepted by people that don't fucking like me. That's stupid. And that's how we end up keep hangings, drownings, missing organs and shit. Because we want to be accepted by people that don't fucking like us. Let them not like us and move the fuck on. What you need to be accepted for? Be accepted by yourself. Be accepted by God. That's the fucking thing that matters. That's what I be saying. Calculation. They've got motherfuckers so calculated that y'all got them, and they got y'all trying to oppress them as if they are y'all God. And see, this is why motherfuckers need to stop being so fucking superficial and of the flesh. It's why it says in the Bible to not be of the flesh. Your brain is flesh. You're supposed to walk with your soul and your spirit. And so when you really have God, when you really walking with him, you're not really walking with your brain. You're walking with your soul. You're using your soul. You using that. That's God. Your crown. Everything will start transforming when you really touch it with God. Everything will start transforming. But back to this whole, y'all following someone that's literally making y'all fail. And it's always, see, look what I did over here. Look over here. Come over here. Come over here. Look. That's why y'all love posting stuff to Instagram, social media, and y'all want hand claps and praise and adulations for stuff that y'all supposed to be doing. Y'all sit there and turn on the camera to feed y'all kids. You supposed to do that. What? Come with me to You supposed to do that. Why do y'all taking chapters out of their book? I really, here's what I really think. I think black and white people play off of each other. There's a lot of things because nigga, we are connected. At the end of the day, we're gonna play off of each other because nigga, our bloodlines are connected. Okay, I said this in another post or a video. I said, nigga, at the end of the day, black people, white people are cousins, nigga, because the bloodlines are connected. They've been connected. Unfortunately, they have been connected. Okay, so in the sense, in the long distance, the two are connected through bloodline. So y'all cousins. Just cousins. Okay? White people, black people are damn near cousins at this point in this country, cousins. Because of the mismatch bloodline, the mismatch DNA. Do y'all know some I was this is probably why this ancestry is coming out. I was on ancestry just going through myself because when you finally sign up for ancestry and stuff, you always get hints. Like everyone's always working. Like there's experts. There you can hire experts on ancestry to find your stuff for you instead of you looking. So you always get hits. Okay, and I got a hit one day, and I was going in my tree, on my family tree, and got on my dad's side. Of course, the further we go up, we start finding all the white people. And yo, there are white people that have been married into the family, removed, married back in, cousins. Okay, I listen, listen, cousins. Very closely related to one another. On how with what they did, but my message was supposed to be like a few minutes. Now it's like 40 something minutes long. Probably no one will listen to this, but it, I just be want my people to wake up. That's all. I want my people to finally have what they deserve. I want to see my people get what they're supposed to have. Why is it that everybody else can have what they have, but we can't? You know what? The simplest shit makes me so mad. Like when I see white people with with acres and acres and acres and acres of land, that shit pisses me off. That shit pisses me off. Yes, it pisses me off because a lot of the lands that the white people are on, they belong to black people. I say that because a lot of their white granddaddies and great granddaddies married black women. Now, mind you, back in the 1800s, no woman, even white women, didn't have rights. And there was no such thing as a marriage license until like the 1900s. Because I have marriage license from my ancestors, even the white ones. And before there was marriage license, men wrote out marriage, what they call marriage bonds, and men wrote those out. The men that was choosing a bride, he wrote those out and she had to sign it, and that was considered a marriage certificate, aka a marriage bond, that then eventually grew into marriage certificates. So marriage is a patriarchal thing. Okay, it's all about a man doing it. It has nothing to do with a woman, because marriage, all of that was created when women did not have rights. Okay, so while you women get all excited about marrying men and all of this, trying to be male centered, especially you black women that go and marry you black women that go marry white men, okay, calculated, once again, calculated. And I'm not saying that's what y'all doing today, but back then it was very calculated. Yeah, a lot of us black people are here through calculations, through monetary gain, being our ancestors being someone's property, our grandmothers being a white man's property, but aka being called his wife. Now from my family, um slavery was about 1865. From what I can see from some of the birth dates and death dates and marriage dates, they were married after slavery was abolished. But still, we all know that even after slavery was abolished, slavery was still going on. And because slavery was being abolished, a lot of white people were losing their wealth. So How else do you keep it while still trying to abide by the law, right? Marriage. That is why marriage became legal. Y'all know, come on now. History, that's why I be trying to tell y'all. Do y'all individual history, and y'all will see how the bigger picture of history came about. Everything that has been created in this country came from out of slavery, and it came because there was a white person and a black person entangled in it. Stop fucking playing with me, nigga. We're supposed to be ruling this country on the long sides of them, or whatever the fuck, however the fuck it's supposed to go, nigga. We're supposed to be in charge too. We in charge, nigga. Fuck is you saying? This is why it's important to know your own individual family history. You can learn all the history in the schools and in the books you want. That's cool. But it's not going to really matter until you know your individual history. Mind you, where the presidents had slaves, they were fucking on them slaves. They had what's the word? Illegitimate children. Johnsons, Hamiltons, Jacksons. Them ain't black last names. Stop it. The only way you have a black last name is check it. If your grandfather did something like this, your family was born, slapped on a white last name. If your father enlisted into your grandfather, one of them enlisted into the military, or didn't even, and they were freed or they escaped and they changed their name, that is the only way you have a black last name. Is if one of your grandfathers escaped from the white people and made him a last name, that is the only way you have a black last name. If your last name is Hamilton, Jackson, Johnson, or anything of the sort, you do not have a black last name. You have a white last name. And you probably, if you do your history, you're connected to one of them fucking presidents on that damn mountain. Dead ass. I know that for a fact because that is my family's history. My grandfather did just that. When he entered into the military, he changed our last name from the white slave owner's last name to what he wanted it to be, only by changing one letter. So now I can say my family has a black last name, but at first we had a white last name. We are still bloodlinely connected to the white people. It's just we're one letter off. Or one letter added, I should say, not off. One letter added. He added a letter. He didn't take one off. He added a letter, which changed the last name to disconnect. But still, in order to, his future people, in order to find their history, we still have to tag in that white last name. But yeah, so y'all do your history. Y'all got me talking at 5 o'clock in the morning. Do your history. Do your history for real though. Cause I actually want to see my black people prosper and come up. And buying designer shit is not the way. Okay, stop it. Yeah, that just really pisses me off. It really does. Cause y'all be seeing this stuff on the TV and on the media, cars and all of this fancy stuff, all of this temporary stuff. They push that in front of us for a reason. Why they don't push that to nobody else? Why would they push that to rich people? Why would they push designer shit and fashionable shit and all of this influential shit to quote unquote poor people or unminded people or whatever? Why would they push all of that? Because while y'all too busy trying to get shit that y'all can't afford, but y'all putting on Afterpay and Klarna, running up y'all credit or running down y'all credit scores, they're doing other shit to keep them in power. So what you do is you stop buying all their designer shit. You stop fucking up your money by trying to buy their shit. You stop trying to be in their shit. We don't need it. We know this because we've already been there before. We've already had our shit before. And today, in today's light, if they were to ever do what they did back then to our ancestors, there would be a war. and it would be called for, and no one would be able to stop it, mind you, because while back then they did have people on their side, there's even more people today on our side, on Black people's side. So if there was a war, baby, there'd be a war, and don't you know it, I really feel like Black people would win, for the simple fact we have more allies today than we did back then. Mind you, all the allies that we have today were our enemies back then. Asians, Italians, Mexican, well, they were in the same boat as we were, but Spaniards, let's say that. Everybody was against Black people at one point. But today, it's still that, but it's not at the biggest numbers as it was back then. Because there's more knowledge today than there was back then. So that's why I said, if we were to go on and have our own shit and they were to come in and tear that down, uh-huh, watch the streets turn red. Because there's going to be blood in them. Okay? So, just before any of that could ever pop off, I just really feel like let's all just do our history. Knowledge is power, and that's why they keep it from us.